And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back inside the Waterloo Rec Complex for game number 5 on day number 4. It's the final matchup of the round robin between the Huron-Perth Lakers and the Toronto Marlboros. My name is Christian Simmons, back in the broadcast booth here again on day number 4. We got one more game to wrap it all up before we turn our attention to tomorrow's championship affairs. Of course, the semifinals set to go at 9 a.m. and 11:30, and then to follow our bronze and gold medal games tomorrow in the early evening into the later evening. Toronto, of course, in the conversation for that gold medal game. So far, they've been undefeated through their first 5 games. Huron-Perth, a different story. They didn't start the tournament great, but they finished it fantastic. They had a 4-1 win over Kenora this morning that catapulted them into that top 4. Both of these teams will be playing hockey tomorrow. It's just now about who they will be playing, and this game here will help us decide that fact. Toronto cemented in the number 1 seed. Right now, Huron-Perth alongside Waterloo and Quincy are jostling for position in that bottom 3. We'll see who is better here in the final game of the round robin. Huron-Perth and Toronto set next here from the Waterloo Rec. Let's send it down to ice level for O Canada. National anthems in the books. 2 teams fighting for position in the top 4 seeds. It's Huron-Perth taking on the best team of the tournament so far, the undefeated Toronto Marlboros. Thanks for joining us here on our YouTube coverage of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Let's get to our starting goaltenders. Back in between the pipes for Huron-Perth, it's none other than the workhorse, Miles Elga, for GAA, an .867 save percentage. Toronto will go back to Tyler Vonderkroon, a .50 goals against average and a 2-0-0 record through his first 2 games. He'll get the start here in our final game of the round robin. Thanks for joining us here tonight in Waterloo. 4 games previously today, including a Toronto matchup. They took on Ottawa this morning. A big 5-2 victory for the Marlboros. So in comes Zadis, a quick shot right off the bat. Tested early is Gavin Russell. My apologies. Gavin Russell in between the pipes here for the Huron-Perth Lakers. Toronto an offensive zone face-off win is Luke Samick on it at the point. He'll glide one down the wall. Gets it back, a shot from the point. It's tipped out front. It bounces in on Gavin Russell, and he will hang on for a face-off. 24 seconds in here to the first period. If you're just joining us, an important game for both of these teams. Huron-Perth putting it together in the last couple of games. They have 10 goals in their last 2. They're going to need some offense here against this high-powered Toronto team, as here comes some offense right off the bat. It's Riley Hayter in a 3-on-1 for Huron-Perth. And the backdoor feed knocked down by Jonathan Beauclair. Clearing attempt to the line. Riley will fire one on the goal. Vonderkroon with his first stop here of the night. Riley Hayter in on the forecheck for Huron-Perth. Had 2 points this morning in that victory over Kenora. Assistant captain for this Lakers team. Big part of the offensive production. His unit has been a big part of that production. So he'll get off for a change. The top line over the boards for Huron-Perth as Beauclair centers for Marchese. Plays it up top, Minor is shot. Rebound out front and Russell dives on top of it. It's Gavin Russell taking one away from Nathan Minor. Great start to the hockey game for the Toronto Marlboros and a arguably better start for Gavin Russell in between the pipes. As we'll take a look here, just a great centering pass. Anthony Marchese down low. He throws it out front for Minor, and Russell able to see that one through a screen. Zadis on the doorstep, tied up there alongside another Marlboro in Antonio Marchese, who came back out front following making the pass. So Russell, the agent of chaos here at the start of this one. Toronto able to win the draw again as Sammy Gracie's shot is blocked. He'll land into the hands of Strickler. Here he comes right in, able to get past Gracie. Puck tip to the near side though. Toronto looking to break out, and they will with numbers. It's a 3-on-2 over the Huron line. Zadis turning away there from Crawford. He'll play it down low. D'Agostini a centering pass. Marchese out front, and he's stoned. Gavin Russell with 2 big stops here in the first 2 minutes. Toronto continues to threaten. They've got 5 shots already here early. And that's the offense that head coach Adam Gibb has to be aware of. Toronto, such a dangerous team. And you look at some of the guys offensively, like multiple players over the 5-point mark here in the tournament. The league or tournament leading point man in Jonathan Beauclair out there right now for the Marlboros. He's been fantastic. 5 goals, 5 assists for this Toronto squad. They've got so many weapons. You even look at the back end with Rafael Fata. Jackson Ross says, here's a chance out front. It's tipped towards the goal. Did it cross the goal line? No. The official waves it off. Tyler Vonderkroon able to just stop that biscuit from crossing the red stripe. Huron-Perth that close to opening the scoring. As we take a look at the replay here, just more chaos out front. This time it's Huron-Perth forcing the issue, and Vonderkroon able to tighten the wickets. 2 minutes into this hockey game, already a plethora of chances both sides, as now Toronto up ice again. That's Beauclair on the far side. Pinching in on him was Strickler. Now a centering pass. It's tipped back. Kine Lee will scoop it up. He'll turn back on the near side. Feeds it across. DeMello fires his shot. That one tipped just wide. And it's scooped up and played up the wall for Roberts. He'll fire it down the ice. Toronto, an offensively dangerous team, but we talked about their defensive capabilities, only allowing 5 goals through 5 games so far. That's an average of 1 goal every 45 minutes against this team. Definitely an impressive metric. They've been sharp here all tournament on both sides of the puck, because now Huron-Perth with possession in their own zone. Riley will try to flip one through center. That's Evan Andrews knocking it down, and he'll fire it in. In on the pinch, Rafael Fauda, centering pass right on the doorstep. Zadis couldn't bang it home. Now the clearing attempt to the line, held in by D'Agostini. He'll tap it in behind the cage. Andrews on it first. He'll go to the point. Samet will settle down the bouncing pass. He'll play it down the wall. Huron-Perth will do the same. Here's Ryder. Across for Morningstar. Ty Walker chasing in after it. Back is Rafael Fata. Plays one to the near side. Now a cross-ice pass. Here comes Zadis in. Has some space. He'll drop it off. Andrews a shot. And a nice save there from Gavin Russell. And his helmet comes off. A great stop from Russell. Already a Couple of big saves from that young man. If you're just joining us on the YouTube side of things, we appreciate your presence here for the final game of the round robin. Always brought to you by Milk. Thank you to our partners for supporting today's event, but a special recognition always out to Milk, a proud partner of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Dairy farmers of Ontario are proud to support young athletes and symbols of success. As here's a chance on the far side, puck thrown towards the goal. Just tipped past the crease of Russell. Now up the wall come the Lakers. Here's Strickler through center. Captain of the Huron-Perth Lakers. A centering pass comes right back to him. Not able to get a shot away, and now Toronto the other way. Here's Jackson Gardner, had 2 points this morning. He'll let one go. Rebound out front. Russell got the first and the second one as Jackson Ross with a try on the doorstep. Now Gardner, far side, watched by Crawford. Nice work there from Aiden Crawford to clear that puck down the ice. Here come the Marlboros again, though. It's Rafael Fata over the line. He'll keep it. In behind the cage he goes. He'll dump it to the near side. Beauclair on it. Watch there by Murray. Tries to cut to the slot. The puck bounced out of his hands, and now Roberts up ice with ice. He'll take advantage of the near side and just chip that one in behind the cage. Max Mari takes a spill in the far corner as Zadis took him out. We got a delayed penalty coming here as Huron-Perth will send out the extra attacker, but Toronto touching up as HPL will go to their first power play here of the night. Their unit middle of the pack so far here in the round robin, 18.4% for fourth in this championship week. A lot of very talented players out there though. Riley Hayter, Ty Walker, Aiden Crawford. And of course Luke Strickler at the point alongside Mari. As there's a shot from the point, it took a deflection out front. It went right off the bar and up and out of play. Tyler Vonderkroon holds his breath. You take a look there at Riley Hayter on your screen, the assistant captain. 2 points this morning, 3 goals on the championship week here in Waterloo, and of course, big part of this power play unit. Now a bouncing puck out into the slot area. Rafael Fata will scoop it up. Delay, wasting a couple of seconds before firing that puck down the ice. 25 seconds gone in the Lakers power play. As out to center is Luke Strickler. He'll fire it in. Ty Walker on the loose puck. Settles it down for Huron-Perth. To the point, Mari gives it back. Walker working in, a backdoor feed, Strickler, and he just missed the net. Toronto looking to clear on the near side. Mari able to hold it there. Puck loose. Aiden Crawford all over it. Riley Hayter in to collect. Jackson Ross will scoop up the bouncing puck and rim it all the way down the ice. Toronto with a full change here, shorthanded. Here's Strickler. Ahead has Riley Hayter through center. Over the line he comes. Watch there by Ross. He'll go around the cage. Pitching in is Yabi off the bench. Chase Yabi. Zadis all over him as that puck still pinned up in the Toronto far corner. Pulled out by Hayter. He'll go to the point. Murray, D-to-D pass. Has Bell on the near side. His shot blocked by Beauclair. Picked up by Yabi, though. Now back up top again. Here's Murray on the far side. Stepping out to the right. Didn't have a shooting angle. Now he'll fire, and that one tipped just wide of the Toronto goal. Now up top, here's Bell again. Down into the corner. Played up top. Here's Murray. Fires his shot right into the glove. Tyler Vonderkroon will hold on with 7 to go in the Huron-Perth power play. Great puck movement there on that HPL man advantage. You saw the way they were working it around, and definitely an asset for Huron-Perth is the kind of personnel that they have in their top end of the talent, their top offense, and even their top few pairings on the defensive side of things. A dangerous group for sure. Toronto, of course, an incredibly deep team, top to bottom. As in working is Rafael Fata. He'll turn away. Up the wall he comes, throws it towards the goal. An easy save for Russell. He'll tip it to the near side. Now a loose puck, Zaydis all over it. Walking the line, Zaydis takes a shot from distance. It deflected on. Russell able to handle that one as well. Now it's down low and loose. Andrews with Zaydis. Zaydis with possession. Watch there by Murray. He'll play it to the point. Here's Luke Samek. Samek back down the wall. Zaydis spinning away from Robinson. He'll leave it on the wall for Andrews. Now up top, Samek couldn't settle it down. That puck just bouncing over the blue. So he'll restart the break-in. Here he is into the zone. That's going to be an offside. So puck coming back outside the blue stripe. A huge thank you to all of our partners. And one of them being Entropy, the official online championship apparel provider. Offers championship gear available for order right now. Be sure to scan the QR code in the bottom left to shop from anywhere. Entropy for your championship clothing. Thank you for your continued support. Bouncing puck, high slot. Beauclair fires there from a tight angle. That one right off the side door. Now Kine Lee with it. Tried to sidestep Ty Walker. He gave it away. Here comes Walker. Right down Broadway. Takes a shot over the goal. He just backhanded it over the net. Now up top is Riley. He'll fire from distance. Von der Kroon, no problem there. And he will hold on for a face-off. 6:33 left to go. First period, our final game of the round robin here at the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Riley Hayter's unit back over the boards for the Lakers. Toronto able to win the draw, but Jackson Ross couldn't clear the puck. Hayter tried to center. It bounces off the side of the goal. Now Beauclair ahead for Ross. Jackson Ross through center. Drops it off. Kine Lee at the far dot. Fires one, and that one just wide of the goal. Bouncing puck all the way out to center. Beauclair tracking back. Leading goal scorer for this Toronto Marlboros team. Now Kine Lee on the far side. Plays it in. Ross able to take one away from Wall. Turning away, he'll find Beauclair. Now a centering pass. Gardner leans into his shot. That one blocked out front. Nice work by Crawford. Now here's DeMello firing as well. The Toronto offense in full flight. Couple of nice blocks from Huron-Perth. Take a look here. That first block right there. That one a big one, and then another one as DeMello works in. He'll fire, and another great block. That one from Wall that time. A couple of big blocks for the Lakers, and you have to think that is going to be a strategy well imposed for this Lakers team if they're going to win this hockey game. Toronto's so dangerous offensively, you have to find a way to get in those shooting lanes. Now Bell over the Toronto line. Chipped in deep by Chase Yabi. Here's Sammy Gracie. He's turning away there. Dumps one off for D'Agostini. Headman pass. Here comes Zaydis into the zone. He'll take a shot. That one bounced over the goal. Rebound out in front, and it's scooped up there by Bell. He'll feed it across. Mari over the Toronto line. Leans into a shot, and Von der Kroon able to corral that one. Of course, tonight, the end of the round robin, a banquet at the hotel just around the corner to acknowledge some of these players and some of their achievements here this week. An award ceremony will be held, all of which will be captured on 519 Sports Online. Here's Luke Samek. Plays it ahead for Beauclair. Toronto into the zone with numbers. Gardner tried to wheel that one out front, but it was picked up by Murray. Now a 3-on-2 for the Lakers. Murray working in. Back for Strickler out front, and the puck just rolled over his blade. Dangerous look for the Lakers. Now back is Evan Andrews. Andrews into the slot, fires his shot right on, and that one stopped by Russell. Couple of chances for both teams here in the first period. Shots 14-5 in favor of Toronto here in the early going. As Rafael Fata will dish out to the far side. D'Agostini chips it up the wall. Now Beauclair tried to give it back. That one just a little too far out of his reach. Now D'Agostini again to the point for Ross. Fires one way over the goal. That one around to the far side and held in by DeMello. Now Walker, clearing attempt to the line. Held in DeMello again. Near side for Ross. His shot looking glove side. It hit the mesh. And around to that far wall now. Scooping it up there was Aiden Crawford. He'll just fire it right down the ice. We'll have a whistle here and an icing call. Puck coming back into Huron-Perth territory. 3:36 to go first period. Huron-Perth fighting for a spot in the 2-3 game tomorrow. Currently a melting pot between the 3, and the 4th spot for tomorrow. Huron-Perth, Quinte, and the Waterloo Wolves, the home team, all in that conversation. Toronto, at this point, has cemented themselves as the 1 seed. They will play the 4th spot. As now working in his Strickler, dumps one off for Mari. His shot was blocked by Ross. Now puck loose on the far side. Yabi pushed on by Ross. It's still loose. Scooped up by Zadis, and he'll chip it out to center. Now here's Wall. Fires one towards the goal. It bounces into the hands of Jackson Ross. We'll go up the far side, and once again, T's turned back. D-to-D pass. DeMello. Stretch feed. Pinching in was Murray. Tried to cut that pass. Able to stop the breakout as once again, puck still loose and neutral ice. Now it's fired in by Zadis, and a full change for the Marlboros. Far side, that's Bradley Huerdine. He'll play it ahead. Max Mari had a goal this morning. Tried to dish one across for Strickler. All over it on the Marlies, and once again, they'll force it out to center where Strickler will dump it in. Luke Samick steps out to the near wall. Tries to play that one ahead. It's scooped up by Bell. He'll pick it off. 4-on-3 over the line. Here come the Lakers. A centering pass out front. Puck loose in the crease and cleared by Toronto. A nice stop from Von der Kroon. Here comes Beauclair. Over the Huron-Perth line. He'll stop up. Fires one out towards the back door area. Nobody there to tap it home. And now holding it in for the Marlboros. One played out front. Hayter able to stop it there. He'll feed one across. Bradley Huerdine through center. Huerdine throws it towards the goal. Von der Kroon left it there for Rafael Fata. As Toronto will play on. 90 seconds to go first period. Beauclair looking backdoor. Rafael Fata able to slide in on the back door there. A very active defenseman is Rafael Fata. You'll notice him throughout the night jumping up into the play and almost able to tap that one in on the back door. Now here comes Huron-Perth to center. A minute to go, and it's a 2-on-1. Crawford a shot, and Von der Kroon accepts it into the crest, and he'll hold on with 1:01 to go here in the first period. Just a quick breakout from Huron-Perth, and that's what they're going to have to do. Quick strike ability is the name of the game at this level. You catch your team, your opponent, rather, making a mistake, you better find a way to take advantage of it. And Aiden Crawford very close to doing just that. Von der Kroon with a nice stop as we're now inside the final minute. Stretch pass. Here comes Andrews. Andrews drops it back. A quick shot there from Zadis and a nice save from Gavin Russell. Back to center come the Lakers. Here's Max Mari over the line. At his pocket, picked by Andrews. He'll play it ahead. D'Agostini looking for Zadis. 30 seconds to go in the period. Miscommunication on the near side. Huron-Perth can't clear as Gardner plays it down low. Puck settled there by Riley. He'll whip it to the far side. Fata in on the pinch, leaves it for Gardner. Gardner slides that one down low. It's quickly whipped up the wall where Rafael Fata will hold it in. Here's a chance. Gardner high slot. Waiting. What patience from Gardner, but a better block from Riley. As now Gardner again. Plays it down low, Beauclair, a return pass, and it won't get there. And that'll do it on the first period. Deadlocked at Donuts here after 15 minutes. Toronto was dangerous, but Gavin Russell with an impressive period. Huron-Perth with some chances of their own. In this all-important final round-robin game. So we'll take a look at some of the chances. Gavin Russell was spectacular. A couple of huge stops early in this first period. Toronto had a great start. They came out flying, able to take advantage of maybe a slower start for Huron-Perth. Russell tested early and often, and they really did take advantage. Here's a chance for Huron-Perth the other way. Crawford in on that 2-on-1. Nice save from Van der Kroon. Of course, Gavin Russell was brilliant as well. Both goaltenders, the story so far through 15 minutes. We got half an hour left of game time here at the Waterloo Rec. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. As always, my name is Christian Simmons, bringing you the call here on the OHF YouTube channel. In coverage of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. There's a discussion underway over at the Toronto bench. Just taking a look ahead at tomorrow. 9 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. The two semifinal games. Bronze and gold medal games to follow. There's a little bit of confusion here on the Toronto side at the start of the second period. All seems to be squared away as puck is down. And we're underway here in the second frame. Great period for Toronto, out shooting Huron-Perth by a margin of 8. Something that they have done against just about every team in this championship so far. They have yet to be outshot in a single game up until this point. As another face-off at center, it's won by Toronto. DeMello feeds one across. Here's Kine Lee into the soft spot in the high slot. He'll fire one. Rebound, Jackson Ross. Nice save there from Gardner. Now here comes the Lakers the other way. A big shot that would tipped out front. Ross whacked at it. A high stick potentially, but it doesn't get out of the zone. Huron-Perth able to hold it in. Now a bouncing puck played ahead by Gardner. Here's Beauclair on the near side. Skating ahead, Bell watching him there. Delayed offside for Toronto, so Huron-Perth with some time and space. Headman feed for Yabi. DeMello will push it back, but it's scooped up by Bell. Here working in is Bell. Lost the puck and it's played ahead. Here comes Evan Andrews. Andrews in to the backhand. He scores! Evan Andrews, his second of the championship weekend, and Toronto is on the board here early in period number 2. Great start to the second frame. Toronto in transition. And it's Evan Andrews up the wall. Just nice work from D'Agostini. He plays it off the wall. Great pass. And Andrews, noticing an availability on that right side, goes to the backhand. And he buries it. 1-0. Here a minute and 15 seconds in to this second period. Now Huron-Perth with some work to do. Still win the draw and flip that one in deep. Evan Andrews just 1 point coming into this game. That's a big point for him. Doesn't matter when you get them or how many, it's how big they are, and that's a huge goal. As here comes Fada's shot. That one right off the pipe. Rafael Fada looking for his third goal of the championship week. Fortunately, the red bar says no there, but Toronto right back to work offensively. As here's Zadis down low for D'Agostini. He'll work up the wall and slide one across. Jackson Ross leans into his shot. That one tipped out front loose. Andrews that close to his second goal. Somehow, some way, it's tipped up and over the goal. Now clearing it on the far side are the Lakers. That puck all the way down the ice, and will have an icing call. This great broadcast and this whole week here in Waterloo, brought to you by our fantastic sponsors. A proud partner of this event, the Hockey Hall of Fame, provides players of the game for all championship games. The Hall, home of the Stanley Cup and hockey at its best. A huge thank you goes out to the Hockey Hall of Fame for their continued support. Huron-Perth in their own zone, looking to work it up that far side. Didn't work. Now to the near side they'll go. That puck chipped out to center and settled down by Strickler. Had it knocked away by Marchese. Following him up is Crawford. Now that puck loose on the near side. Toronto able to regain possession. Here's Gardner. Turns back for Marchese. Son of head coach Anthony Marchese on this Toronto team. The Lakers once again clear to center. Jackson Ross, a North Bay native, works in. Hills center, Beauclair, watched by Walker. Now around the goal, Gardner. He'll go to the point. DeMello walks, fires, score! DeMello with a laser from the point. Toronto's up by 2. Here 4 minutes in to the second period. What an absolute missile from the point. Gardner down low, notices an open DeMello at the line. He'll walk and fire that puck top left. A beautiful goal, and now a 2-goal lead here for the top-seeded Toronto Marlboros. Off the face-off, Toronto with possession again. They'll come back over the Huron-Perth line. Out front, puck is loose, chipped on the goal, and able to settle it is Gavin Russell. Huron-Perth looking to slow things down here. Toronto starting to find their game offensively. And the Marlboros, when they start playing their kind of hockey, they're tough to stop. As another face-off win, the cross-ice pass is picked off. Here comes Bradley Huardine. Dragged it back to the forehand, and it just bounced over his stick. At the Toronto line, that one fired back in by the Lakers. Now Sammy Gracie back to collect. He'll cut out to the near side. Getting away from Max Mari, now up the wall. Toronto, right back they come. A pass for Rafael Fada, just out of his reach. Now Kine Lee. Had it flipped away from him. Mari able to clear to center. Waiting there, Gracie. Nice couple of moves. In comes Sammy Gracie. He'll chase one down in the far corner. Pinned up there by Bradley. In to help is Zadis. Zadis Leaves it for Kine Lee. Lee waits, fires, blocking that one out front was Bell. Now Rafael Fata down low. D'Agostini. Pressured there by Mari. Mari still with it, able to play it ahead for Bell. Now up the wall, Yabi. For Huron. Huron-Perth gets to center, a dead tired unit for HPL. They'll head off for a change. It's now Rafael Fata. Headman feed for Beauclair. He'll chip it in. Back in after it is Weston Murray. Had a goal in day 2 for the Huron-Perth Lakers. Is now Beauclair down low. Leading point getter for this squad. 2 game-winning goals as well as Luke Samick has shot it. Rebounds out front. Evan Andrews fired towards the cage, and that one blocked out front. Now on the near side, Beauclair. Plays it down low. Up the near side. Here come the Lakers. That one chipped in. Back is Samick to collect for Toronto. Plays it up the wall, Andrews. Goal already tonight for Toronto. The first goal for Toronto. Now here's Minor. Chips it ahead, Andrews. Taps it for Gardner. That one knocked down. Murray dishes it across. Wall had the puck played ahead for Riley Hayter. It bounced over his stick, and now here comes Samick the other way. Leading the charge down the far side. Samick drags and fires. That one's just poked off his stick by Mari. Far corner, Toronto still all over it. Huron-Perth struggling to get out of their zone here. As now they will. Here's Aiden Crawford. Centers it out front, Hayter. Watch there by Samick. He'll turn down low. Samick still all over him. Buck scooped up by Walker. Ty Walker to the line. Holding it there is Wall. He'll give it back. Huron down the wall for Hayter. Tried to cut towards the goal. Nice work from Sammy Gracie. And now Toronto to center. Marchese over the line. Still with it into the high slot. He tried to fire. Able to cut that angle was Riley, and he'll look to clear on the near side, but Jackson Ross is there to hold it in. Ross below the goal line for D'Agostini. Up top, DeMello. Scored that second goal just moments ago. He'll get it back. DeMello down the wall. Marchese again. Back to DeMello. 8 minutes to go here in the period. Another shot from DeMello, and that one stopped by Russell. Jackson Ross. Looking for D'Agostini. Riley able to cut that pass. Lakers looking to clear on the far side, but once again it's held in. Zadis down low. Watch there by Riley. Puck to the line and outside of the blue line as DeMello will have to regroup for Toronto. Tips it across. Here comes Jackson Ross. Into the zone. He'll cut wide. Around the goal. Centering pass. A bouncing puck just wide of that far post. That's Trevor Zadis. Looking for another one. Back comes Ty Walker. Had the puck poke checked off his stick. Toronto with numbers. Here's Marchese. Drop pass. Zadis fires a shot. And Gavin Russell able to make a save here with 7:06 to go in the second. Take a look there at Antonio Marchese. 1 point so far here on the weekend. Son of head coach Anthony Marchese. A very well coached team. Marchese has done a fantastic job with this group. Very structured as here's a shot from Fata. That one over the Huron goal, and out to center come the Lakers. Yabi tried to chip it in. Following it up was Morningstar. His dump stopped by Fata. Cross ice feed. Now Sammy Gracie. Pressured there. Centering pass. Yabi high slot. Lets it go. And Van der Kroon has it with the glove. Great chance there for the Lakers. Maybe their best chance so far of the period. It's been all Toronto up to this point. With just over 6 to play here in the second frame. And Toronto is really starting to get to their game here. Here's a shot. Crawford! He scores! Right off the face-off! Aiden Crawford continues the point streak, now points in 5 straight, and he's cut the deficit. It's 2-1. Right off the faceoff, just a bouncing puck, Crawford, and upstairs he goes. No chance for Van der Kroon. Now a 1-goal game here with 6:34 to go in the second period. Toronto with possession off the faceoff. It's fired back in by Ross, and that's a huge goal for Aiden Crawford. His 3rd of the tournament. 5 points in 4 games. Now a 5-game point streak for Crawford. It's coming to life at the right time for this Lakers team. So now the dynamic has totally changed. A 1-goal game. It's Crawford back on it in the corner. In is Ty Walker to collect. This unit here, the second unit of this Lakers team, but has been dangerous the last couple of games as that shot from the point is just wide. Pitching in is Ziliaks, watched by Zadis. His pass stopped by Minor, and Toronto will flip it down the ice. Soft dump, doesn't get there for icing, so a headman feed. Pulled away by D'Agostini. Now D'Agostini down low. In behind the cage, he'll chip one to the line. Jackson Ross fakes this shot, he'll walk down the far half wall. Pressured there by Hayter. Ross, a drop pass. Kindly at the dot, fires. Rebound out front, another try. Zadis just slid it wide of the goal. Now Gardner, back for Zadis, turning and firing. A big save, Russell. Rebound to the near side. Fata couldn't shoot. He'll go around the goal. Rafael Fata up top. Taking one, that one right off the post. Rafael Fata, another post here in this one. Now down low, Gardner with it. Turning away from Robinson. Walker in to help as well. He'll chip it around the Huron-Perth goal. So we're inside the final 5 minutes here in the second period. Chasing it after it is Walker, a shot, and Van der Kroon, a nice save, and it kicks out to the point. And down the ice come the Marlboros, the 4-on-2. Fata a shot, and that one blocked. Friendly bounce for the Lakers. 3-on-1 the other way. Here comes Strickler. Fired glove side, and Van der Kroon got a piece. Taking a look here at that play from Strickler, just right off the glove. Van der Kroon, great work to just get enough of that one. As Strickler has a cannon, we've seen it all championship week. We know he can score 6 goals on the championship week in just 5 games. 8 points leading this Huron-Perth team. Is that one fired up and out of play by D'Agostini. Face-off to the right of Russell. Toronto able to get possession off the face-off as Andrews plays it to the point. Samick back for Andrews. Puck just bounced over his stick. D'Agostini will collect in the corner. Now back for Samick again at the line. D-to-D pass, Ross. Watch there, he'll dish off. Andrews' a shot, it rebounds far side. Empty cage, and D'Agostini just missed. Out of the point, Ross again. Fires over the goal, it bounces down for D'Agostini. He'll play it to the point. Samick. D-to-D pass. Ross. Cross ice. D'Agostini. Puck just under his blade. He'll resettle it. Zadis. Below the goal line. He'll whip it up top. Ross. D-to-D feed. Samick fires. Blocked down by Crawford. Puck still loose there at the line. And Riley Hayter will feed one across. Here's Yabi in after it. Taken away by Ross. Out of the far side, Samik tried to clear. Crawford fires it towards that boards on the far side. It got caught in the gate. It's a weird little play there. So whistles coming in here. A big thank you to all of our sponsors, but in particular Gatorade, the official sports nutrition beverage of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championship week here in Waterloo. Fueling athlete hydration and recovery to keep performance at its peak throughout the championship. A massive thank you goes out to Gatorade. Here's Wall. Left it for Mari, now up the wall, Strickler, he couldn't clear. Gardner, turning back. Dumps it into the corner for Beauclair. He'll wheel it around to the far side as Rafael Fata has it now. He'll fire backdoor, what a pass, Beauclair a chance. That one stopped by Gavin Russell. How about the vision from Rafael Fata to make that pass? Here's another chance though, Beauclair. Turning away from Mari, tried to slide one out front. Ty Walker will scoop up that puck, and down the far side he comes. Here's Ty Walker, gets taken out behind the play. The goaltender was rushing towards the bench. It's going to be a penalty on Toronto and a power play for Huron-Perth here with 2:02 to go in the second period, down by 1. A huge opportunity. Here for the Lakers. Down by 1 with 2 minutes to go in this period. Scoring one here would be massive for the Lakers heading into that third period. So Roberts played it to the point. It was picked off there. And now back come the Marlboros. At the line, Marchese. Pressuring Weston Murray back behind the cage. Now Riley taps it to Murray. Up the wall, Yabi. Couldn't settle the puck down. Jackson Ross back in his own zone. He'll flip it out to center again. Weston Murray. Chips it in. D'Agostini. First on it for Toronto. He'll chip it up that far wall, and out to center it comes. Here comes Murray. Play blown dead on the offside. Minute 18 left to go, second period. A great game so far. Huron-Perth pulling their weight against one of the best teams in the tournament. Top line over the boards for Huron-Perth with a minute 10 left in their power play. Strickler will get to center and fire that one in. Another penalty coming here against Toronto as they want Toronto to touch it. They'll throw it out to center. Strickler waiting there. Toronto still not going to touch it as he'll throw it out front. No extra attacker as Russell not heading to the bench. Zadis will touch up. Now the faceoff will be blown. It's going to be head contact. So with 48.6 to go, Huron-Perth is going to go to a 5-on-3 power play. A golden opportunity here for the Lakers. Top unit still out for Huron-Perth as Strickler wins it back. Hayter to Murray. 43 left in the period. Murray across Hayter. Leans into a shot glove side. Van der Kroon will hold on. .38.5 left in this period. Huron-Perth 5-on-3 for another 35 seconds as a tie-up off the face-off, and Yabi will tip it to the line. Murray across for Hayter. Drops it back, Murray. Working in, dishes off to the near side. Strickler. Round the goal, Yabi. Back up top, Murray. Near side, Strickler a one-timer, and he snapped his stick. An unfortunate timing for Strickler. He'll go to the bench to get a stick. As we count down the final 7 seconds here in the second period. One final rush for the Lakers. 3, 2, Strickler over the line. Can he shoot? He can't. That's it for the second period. How about that ending? We got a game here between the top-seeded Toronto Marlboros and the Huron-Perth Lakers. 2-1 the score through the first 30 minutes. Toronto's big guns getting things done offensively, but Huron-Perth can score as well. 2-1 is where we sit. 15 minutes left to decide this one. Toronto looking to hold on to their top seed. Huron-Perth looking to distance themselves. They can win this one. They secure themselves a spot in the 2-3 game tomorrow. 15 more minutes left to decide this one. We're right back after a short break.
Got something to call mine. Oh, I need someone to talk to. Right here, right now. Oh, we are on our way. Starting today.
The TELUS Cup is coming to Peterborough. Canada's men's U13 National Club Championship is taking over the Peterborough Memorial Centre. From the opening face-off to the final goal of the championship game, the TELUS Cup delivers unforgettable moments at the highest level of U18 hockey in Canada. Be there for every moment. Get your tickets now at hockeycanada.ca/TELUS Cup.
Gold medal winner!
There's change, and change is always good.
I'd like to continue making sure freedom of movement is smooth. It's easier for kids to play, making sure as many kids who want to play can play, making sure that the OHF is well managed financially, well governed. Those things they're not sexy, but they're important.
Being part of the future of hockey, I'd like to make sure that hockey continues being hockey. My goal also is to be that devil's advocate, helping understand and question what we are doing to make sure that it is the right thing to do in the future.
Progress that I would like to see is to really continue to push the game and to push the quality of our events and the player experience and bring in some new and exciting and innovative initiatives like online streaming for our OHF championships.
For me, it's all about the players. They will always need support. We need to nurture their well-being physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. How can we do that in a good way? What does that look like? Growth and development, what change looks like in a good way, the culture and respect and integrity for the benefit of the players, and accessibility at all levels. So recruitment and retention for players. How do we get volunteers on board? How do we keep them involved? And how can we make that process streamlined and easier for that to happen?
What I would like to see is spend more time on recreational hockey and provide the recreational player who make up most of our membership feel more important and more worthy of the attention that some of the representative teams and people get, and translate that into the recreational stream.
It's an avenue by which players get to participate
in a recreational activity that's structured, that's safe, and that, as I said previously, produces some pretty good citizens.
What progress I'd be looking for are just continued work towards inclusion, diversity, making the game more affordable, making the game easily accessible in terms of registration, and also continue the path of continued growth within hockey.
The vision of hockey in Ontario is a very complicated issue. There are a lot of people that have a lot of different views about what it should be. We work together better now than we ever have. We're on the same page more now than we ever have. So my job is to listen to people.
I'm most excited about the leadership role that OHF is taking on, and you can really see it in the customer service that's being delivered. Always thinking about the players and always thinking about the experience of enriching communities through hockey.
Success as chair to me would be having people say the members of the Ontario Hockey Federation get along better than they've ever gotten along. We collaborate more than we've ever collaborated. We trust each other more than we've ever trusted each other. If we all communicate and we all trust each other, we'll all make progress.
Personally, receiving the scholarship, it's meant a lot to me. It kind of brought some light to what had happened to me. I wasn't able to work for about 6 months. It's helped me and my family a lot, just paying for school and it being less of a burden. I want kids to have the same experience I had when I was a kid. I think a lot of people bond over hockey and what it's given to them, so I want to give the same to the future youth.
As someone that never played at a high level of hockey, I never really imagined being a professional referee until 2022. And I really thought, where could this job go? So I played A in Mississauga, and the association reached out to our team for timekeepers. And when I wanted to start, they offered me a position to start officiating. From then, just climbing through the ranks of the Mississauga Hockey League, Greater Toronto Hockey League, and into the Ontario Hockey League. Not playing at a high level is one thing that sticks out when you go to referee at a high level. I feel like I have something to prove going into these bigger games and big rinks. Some coaches know that you never played at a high level, so how could you be refereeing? And it's important to remind yourself that you're there for a reason, just like they are. Your name didn't fall out of a hat and all of a sudden you're refereeing a professional hockey game. Off seasons are where you make the most gains as an official and player. Something that I think is very important as an official that didn't play high-level hockey is your skating ability. Take power skating lessons, sit on the ice, whether it's with your friends or alone, and get skated. As you climb the ranks and start to officiate major, junior, and professional hockey, you really start to notice the difference that communication makes with the players, coaches, other officials, and above. Staying composed, professional, and handling pressure is very important. Stakes are so high that we need to make correct, accurate decisions as best as we can. We don't get replays like you do at home watching the TV. We've got to make it that split second, and it's got to be as accurate as possible. I think getting into officiating can be daunting at times. You get yelled at, people think you're wrong, when really most of the time you are right. You start second-guessing your abilities and you get discouraged. So I think just reminding yourself that all the hard work and dedication that you put into over the years, it's very rewarding in the end.
So that specific shooting drill that we were working on today is to help give them those extra shooting techniques so that in a game-like situation, they're not just using one or two, they've got multiple ways of being able to shoot the puck. Not only does that make it more difficult for the defenseman to defend, but also for that goaltender to not only track it, but making sure that they're able to square up on the puck as well. So just helps them become more of that lethal player that they're looking for at that elite level.
out here, we're working on a lot of transitioning, walking the blue line, puck retrievals. Lots of that has to do with being able to take good angles to pucks, good routes to pucks, being able to shoulder check, being able to execute some deception. There's a setup, there's a trap, there's a payoff to every move. So making sure that the players are understanding the process in how to identify danger, identify options, and how to misdirect players under a stressful environment.
So a lot of our focus points here at the Program of Excellence Under 15 is going to be helping the goaltenders a lot with their preparation before the shot. Things like leading with the eyes, scanning the ice before they make their movements, being able to put themselves into the right places at the right times, and ultimately set themselves up for success when the shot comes off the stick. We're also going to be tying in a couple small technical areas where we're talking about a lot of sequencing in their movement, about how the body is supposed to operate from the top of the head down into their skates in order to generate that real strong and effective movement.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. One more period left here of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championship round robin. It's the Toronto Marlboros in a duel with the Huron-Perth Lakers. 2-1 the score so far. Toronto getting plenty of offense from their top group. Evan Andrews and Brett DeMello shots through the first two periods were 31-15 in favor of the Marlies. For Huron-Perth, their only goal scorer, Aiden Crawford, continues his point streak, now up to 5 straight games with a point as we send it down to ice level for the final period. Huron-Perth on the power play to start this third period, and a very important power play, I might add. Currently down by 1 with 15 minutes left in their round robin. Toronto looking to stay undefeated. Huron-Perth looking to slay the dragon, so to speak. In the Toronto Marlboros as the D-to-D pass is fielded. Maury will fire. That would deflect it out front. Jackson Ross all over in the corner. He'll play it ahead for Zadis, who chips it out to center. Now back come the Lakers again. Here's Ty Walker, a shot, a glove save from Vonderkroon. It's loose at the dot and picked up by Jackson Gardner. He'll lead the charge for Toronto out to center. Has 5 points in his last 2 games. 3 points this morning against Ottawa. An assist already here today as well. Back over the line come the Lakers again, but the pass is picked off. Here's Beauclair across for Gardner. Gives it back, Beauclair. And nice work out front from Gavin Russell. Now back through center is Robinson. Fought out of the box as we go back to 5-on-5. Robinson still with it. Shovels it down low. Roberts there pressuring. Nice work though as Gardner chips it ahead. Rafael Fata has Nathan Miner on the far wall. Miner will fire that one in, and tracking back is Weston Murray to collect. Sidesteps Beauclair, has Roberts on the near wall. Here's Roberts over the Toronto line. He'll fire that one in. Tracking back to collect is Gracie. Getting there first. Yabi tried to center it out front, and it's picked off by Fata. His pass to the near side is chipped ahead by Zadis. He'll play it into the Huron zone where Weston Murray will collect. Up the wall, Strickler. That pass just out of his reach. Now Fata again. A couple of posts earlier in this one. Had 2 posts in that second period that he hit. A little bit snake bitten as of late is Rafael Fata. Now Morningstar, a centering pass. Maury, he'll cut out front to the backhand, and he gets taken out. Luke Samick with a nice defensive play, and Vonderkroon will hold on for a face-off. 12:39 to go here in regulation. And here in the round robin as we're officially closing in on Championship Sunday. And we wouldn't be here at all without the support from Gatorade, the official sports nutrition beverage of the championship week, fueling athlete hydration and recovery to keep performance at its peak during this championship week. Pressure from the far side coming from Maury. He took the puck away from Andrews, but now DeMello. Here's side for Ross. A headman feed. Zadis working in over the line. He'll cut out front. Zadis still with it. And he's going to get hooked up on the play. Huron-Perth assessed a hooking penalty here. And Toronto will go to the power play in an opportunity for them to extend their lead. As they'll send out all of their big guns. Gardner, Beauclair, Zadis with Fata and Jackson Ross at the point for Toronto. Lakers with possession off the draw. Murray looks to clear on the far side, but it's held in, or it would have been. Ross couldn't settle it down. Here's Ty Walker chipping one ahead. Puck loose in the Toronto crease area, and Ross able to bring it aside. Would have been a dangerous chance. Ty Walker barreling in shorthanded. He just couldn't beat Jackson Ross there. Now Raphael Fada into the zone. He'll back one out front. Nice chance there for Gardner. He just couldn't get the shot on target, and now Ty Walker leading the charge the other way. A short-handed chance, and his pass for Hayter was picked off. Now numbers the other way. Here's Jonathan Beauclair. Across ice feed, Fada, Gardner out front, lets it go. Rebound in the crease, it's loose, and it's tapped just wide. Dangerous chance for Toronto, and that one cleared by Huron-Perth. Now Jackson Ross behind the cage. He'll stop up. Looking to the near side, he's got D'Agostini. Headman feed, DeMello, a goal already tonight, working in, it's loose in the crease, puck sat there, Gavin Russell on top of it, and he'll hold on with 41 to go in the Toronto power play. .11:02 left, third period. Toronto still on the man advantage, looking to extend their lead, currently just up one. If you're just joining us on the YouTube side of things, thank you for joining us here tonight. Final game of the round robin is, here's a shot, DeMello fired it right on. And another nice save from Gavin Russell. Gavin Russell, an impressive performance here for Huron-Perth. 28 saves on 30 shots so far this evening. As another faceoff will come to his right. Toronto able to win it, but it bounces into the near side wall. Quickly played to center. Strickler will fire it in. Under 30 seconds to go in Toronto's power play. DeMello stopping up behind the cage. He'll play it ahead. Samick to the near side, D'Agostini over the line. He'll play one across. Kyle Lee leads into a shot, and that one blocked out front by Ziliaks. Under 10 to go. To the point, DeMello. Across for Samick. Sliding it down the wall for Kyle Lee. Up to his feet is Bell. Here's a shot from Lee. That one right on and stopped exactly at the end of the Huron-Perth penalty, and we'll go back to 5-on-5. Taking a look here, just again, the Toronto puck movement has been a big part of their success so far this week. And here tonight, the story hasn't changed. Toronto playing that structured game that they have all week, and it's paying off. They're still up by one. As now Beauclair a shot, that one wide. Jackson Ross gets tripped up in the corner. Now Andrews to the point for Minor. A shot, it's blocked at the point. Chipped ahead by Yabi. Here comes Crawford. He gets taken out of the play. That's going to be a tripping call. A great effort from Aiden Crawford. And Huron-Perth will be rewarded. A power play here with exactly 10 minutes to go, as we'll take a look at it here. A shot from Minor. Yabi, just a great job to get in the lane. And Crawford keeps his feet moving just enough to draw that penalty from Marchese. And now Huron-Perth to the power play. Clearing attempt up the wall, the puck bouncing over the stick of Mari. It'll go all the way back down, and Strickler tracking back to collect. Luke Strickler up the wall, leading point man for the Lakers. Here he comes to the backhand, and he just missed by a hair. That was dangerously close. Now to the point, Mari tried to flip it towards the goal. It'll bounce loose, and Raphael Fada will fire it down the ice. What a chance there for Luke Strickler. You can see the speed and the puck movement and the hands from the Huron-Perth captain. Just inches away, inches from tying this game at 2. Minute 5 to go in the Huron-Perth power play. It's Ty Walker through center with it. He'll cut wide. Pressured there by Gardner. Great work shorthanded here from Gardner, able to slow up the break. They'll clear it to center. Strickler waiting there. He'll work right back in. Strickler Dumps one down low. Here's Aiden Crawford. Whips one to the point. Murray a shot. That one just wide. Crawford scoops up the rebound. May have had a look on the wraparound. He'll elect to keep it. Pass to the point is off his skate. It'll bounce back up, though. Here's Murray a shot. That one tipped just wide. Loose puck in the corner. Hayter. Pinned up there by DeMello. In working is Walker as well. Crawford will join the party as now that puck played up the wall. 18 seconds to go in the Huron-Perth power play. Walker to the point. Murray fires a shot. It was blocked there at the point by Gardner. Loose to the far side. Walker a one-time try, and he takes out his man Gardner, and a penalty is going to go back the other way, and Adam Gibb is furious at the Huron-Perth bench. Absolutely furious with the call. As Huron-Perth is going to give one back, and completely furious is Adam Gibb. Toronto will get the offensive zone face-off. It's going to be 5 seconds of 4-on-4. And then a power play for 2 minutes here for Toronto, a critical point here of this game. And now Adam Gibb requesting the ref to come over to the bench. And the ref's not even going to do an explanation there. We'll just have to get right back to hockey. Adam Gibb not happy with the call, to say the least, here with 8:05 to go in the third period. Fada glides in, replacing Zadis, who was tossed out. Nice work from the Lakers. They're able to win the draw. And the puck is cleared down the near side. And down for Van der Kroon to play it. He'll settle it there for Jackson Ross. Ross up the far side with pace. Now into the zone. He'll get around Murray. Near corner still with possession. A power play here for Toronto. Minute 34 on it. As Ross dishes off. Fado one-timer. Rebound out front. Beauclair just tapped it wide of the goal. Murray will pick it up, but he wasn't able to hold on as it's taken away by D'Agostini. And now here's Ross at the line. Takes a shot. Beauclair through the legs. A nice little bid towards the empty cage. And that one tipped wide. Scooped up on the near wall by Baker. He can't clear. Beauclair all over him. Working towards the pile is D'Agostini. It bounces loose to the point. Fado one-time drive. That went off a stick of Yabi and up and out of play. 7:05 to go, third period. What a game we have here on our hands at the Waterloo Rec. The final game of the round robin. And both teams showing out for this one. An impressive display of hockey from these two teams. 59 seconds to go in the Toronto power play. Puck to the point. DeMello fires a shot. Rebound out front, and it's cleared by Ziliaks. Great work there from Max Ziliaks. A block and a clear. Tracking back is Fada. He'll work through center. Fada right down Broadway. Works past Bell. He'll tap it down low for Zadis. Bell able to recover. He's on the loose puck. So is Gardner. In comes Riley Hayter as well. As that one pinned up in the corner. Now Beauclair steps out of the pile. He'll play it to the point. Fada, a D-to-D pass. DeMello walks right in and fires. That one hits something on the way. Now Gardner. DeMello looking. Back door. Zadis couldn't get a stick on that puck. And it's picked up by Strickler. Luke Strickler alone. 1-on-2. Working in. He gets taken out. And no call on the play. Here comes Beauclair out to the line. Ty Walker takes the puck away from him. A penalty is going to go back on Huron-Perth again here. Robinson will be called on the slash. And now the officials over to the bench of Adam Gibb. as the Huron-Perth coach is incredibly frustrated. Couple of calls in 2 minutes here at a crucial point of the game. You can't blame them for being frustrated. A big game here for both teams. Huron-Perth looking to find themselves in that 2-3 game. They don't want to play Toronto, I should say, tomorrow morning. Seems to be how it's shaping up at this point. The winner of this game, if it's Toronto, then these two teams play again tomorrow in the semis. If not, if Huron-Perth can pull out a victory here, then Huron-Perth plays in the 2-3 game. Toronto has a different opponent. As now Ross at the point, dishes off, Kine Lee. Near dot, fires glove side, and it's an easy stop for Gavin Russell. Once again, the puck movement, just take a look here. Ross dishing off. And Toronto does such a great job of working the puck back up to the blue line. We've seen it on this power play. And even 5-on-5, they work the puck up. They do a great job of moving it. Now here's Ross, centering feed. Zadis, a shot, he just missed the goal. A good bid would have been top left. Beauclair tried to slide that one out front. Ziliak's able to get a stick on it. In comes Zadis. He'll work it to the point. Now a shot, Ross. It's stopped. Rebound out front, Beauclair. And he just couldn't tuck that one home. Another save from Gavin Russell. .449 left here in the third period. A massive game. And it's all thanks to our partners, Entropy, the official online championship apparel provider, offering championship gear for order now. Scan the QR code in the bottom corner to shop from anywhere. Toronto still on the power play. 40 seconds to go as up top Ross. We'll take a look. Slides it down low. Beauclair with the centering pass. It comes right back to him. He'll dish it to the line again. Ross down low. Beauclair. Gardner out front. Didn't have a shooting angle. He'll tap it back. Fada. Now Ross again. Beauclair throws it towards the crease. It's loose in the blue ice. Puck there and cleared, but it doesn't get out. Here's Ross pinching in. Ross's shot. What a glove save. Are you kidding me? Gavin Russell snatches that one away. Just a tie-up out front, and credit to Beauclair. He taps that puck back. Ross all the way in, and Gavin Russell with sweet wrist music will keep this one a one-goal game. That was a gorgeous save. That makes all the difference here down the stretch. Still a one-goal game now. As Marchese dumps it down low. Zadis. His shot was stopped. He'll turn back up the wall. Now to the point, Samick. Lets one go. Blocked by Hayter. In to collect his Riley. His clearing attempt is stopped by Zadis. He'll dump it back. Marchese a shot. That one just wide. Scooped up by Weston Murray. Back to 5-on-5 we go with 3.5 to play. Luke Samick working in behind the Huron-Perth cage. He'll dump it off. D'Agostini working up the wall. He'll slide it down low. Zadis first on it. Watched by Riley. Cutting out front. He scores! Great misdirection there from Andrew Zadis. His third of the championship week. And the third here for Toronto. It's 3-1. Just again, another great play from Toronto. They hold the puck in. Cutting back is Zadis. That move just enough to fool Gavin Russell. He cuts back to the near post and he buries it. Toronto's up by 2 here with 3:09 to go. That's a big goal for the Marlboros, looking to finish up their round robin with 6 consecutive victories. Now Huron-Perth in a bit of a hole. 2 goals to score. Not a lot of time left to do it. As to the point, that one played down the wall by Fada. Strickler ahead for Yabi. Yabi over the line. He'll throw one towards the goal. It bounces in behind the cage. Now it's flipped out to center, Beauclair. Beauclair into the Huron zone. He'll cut back, fire one just wide. Bounces to the far side, and Minor, first on it, tapped it down low. Ziliak's able to cut the pass, and out to center come the Lakers. Mari. Drop pass, Strickler fires glove side. Nice stop, Vonderkroon. And Toronto flips it back out to center again. Bell ahead, Strickler. Fires that one down low. Crawford. And the puck bounce away from him. Rafael Fada will start through center now. Gets over the line and fires one right on. Inside the final 2 minutes here of this game. Toronto, 120 ticks away from going undefeated in the round robin. Ross, headman feed. D'Agostini wheels it across for Zadis. Just blew a tire, though. It's going to be an offside at the line. Gotta give Huron-Perth a ton of credit for the way they've played here against this team. Toronto, so structured and so dangerous. Now Jackson Ross in. Turn back. A drop pass for Zadis. His shot knocked down by Riley. Clearing attempt falls short. Here comes D'Agostini. Delayed penalty called here on the play. Now to the point, Ross working in, fires a shot, and Gavin Russell will hold on. And another penalty coming here against Huron-Perth. Late stages of this one, a minute 17 left to play. Robinson assessed the hooking penalty. Toronto with another chance on the man advantage. Face off, won by the Marlboros. DeMello. Now down low. Beauclair slides one across. Gardner couldn't pull the trigger. He'll chip one up the wall. DeMello gives it back to Gardner inside the final minute. Here are the final game of the round robin. Zadis. High slot. Looks off the shooting angle. Now to the point. Samick drives it towards the goal. It's loose in the crease and cleared to the far side. Puck held in by DeMello. Down low Gardner. DeMello again. Throws it on the goal. It just bounced past that post. Picked up by Beauclair, and he'll give it back for Gardner. Up top, here's DeMello. Near side, Samick. Beauclair. Short side shot. That one right off the post. Bounces back to the point, though. 20 seconds now left in the period. Samick. Beauclair tried to tap it out front. Nice block there. Wall able to cut the pass. Out to the line it will come, and it's chipped down by Riley Hayter. 5 seconds to go. That's going to do it. Toronto will finish the round robin undefeated. 6-0 for the Toronto Marlboros. An impressive performance from this team. All week long, they've shown they are the team to beat. And they will head into Championship Sunday undefeated. The Huron-Perth Lakers An impressive performance as well. The only goal scorer here, Aiden Crawford. He continues to have offensive success. Now a 5-game point streak with his goal here tonight. And on the flip side for Toronto, Andrew Zadis, his third of the championship week. Brett DeMello gets his first with a beauty. And that's all she wrote here from the Waterloo Rec. Let's set it down ice level for our player of the game. Brett DeMello for the Toronto Marlboros. 3 points on the tournament, gets his first here of the championship week. And for the Huron-Perth Lakers, can you argue with that? Gavin Russell, 38 shots for this Toronto Marlboros team. He stopped 35 of them, as Huron-Perth will smother their goaltender. That's going to do it for our U13 All-Ontario coverage of the Round Robin. Championship Sunday is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Toronto wraps it up undefeated. They're the 1 seed. The 2, 3, and 4 still being rounded out as we speak, but we're right back here bright and early, a 9 a.m. start for our first semifinal game tomorrow. Right back at the Waterloo Rec. You can watch all the action right here on the OHF YouTube channel. My name is Christian Simmons. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.